What up? So, I draw my inspiration for these videos from personal experience and watching other YouTube videos. Now, I'm not copying their stuff. That's where I draw inspiration from. So, I can watch a video about something and one sentence will lead me into a thought. And so, that one sentence sometimes has nothing to do with the video. It'll just draw my attention and I'm like, oh, I could talk about that. So I want to talk about people who grew up in places like the rough parts of Chicago, Atlanta, Florida, Virginia, anywhere that you grew up where it's tough. And people will say that, well, man, we didn't have a choice. This is what was offered to us. We exercise choice every day. We exercise choice every day. And we don't take choice or refusal that serious. When I say refusal, meaning that you don't have to put up with it. And we do take it serious, but not in that context. So we can choose every second of the day. Every second of the day. Let me give you an idea of what I'm saying. We can choose every second of the day to do what we want to do. But the consequences that come with it, is it worth it? When you're dealing with teens from the urban area, no matter what color they are, some of them grew up in that. And learning, listening to my coworker talk about how he chooses to raise his child. And then I'm asking him questions about where he get his ideology from. I'm like, man, the BS could be passed down because they don't have nobody else. They don't have nobody else. And sometimes the morals and the ideology is strong. And the way of thinking, the patterns it's like this is concrete. When one person has that much influence where they said, this is how I'm going to live my life, this will work for you too, but do it this way so you can slide through the cracks, basically. We all still have a choice. And a lot of us grow up knowing that what we're doing is wrong. We know that it's wrong. Not if it's wrong, we know it's not, this is what I choose to do. We know this is wrong. But we do it anyway. So with this particular video, you have those kids that grew up in the urban environment where there's gangs and there's a lot of crime and, drug and stuff like that. I hear them say every now and then, a lot of times, that, man, this is where we grew up. This is what they gave us. Who is they? Right? Who is they? And when I give you something, you can refuse it. And if you don't like the area that you stay in, you can always move. People do it all the time. There were stories of some of these young men that was, they left and you got to think about it, man, so many people that came from that. And I don't have any names. Maybe I'll do a part 2 and I can name some names. But there were so many people that came from that environment that are doing better and never went back. There's people who, they went to jail. They did some time in prison. They got out. I think that when you do your time in prison and that's the time for you to think. If you make it out of prison without any scars and you're able to get back to reality, get back to real life, well, not real life, but get back to life, a lot of folks don't want you to change. They're going to look at you weird if you do change them. I don't want to do this no more. I want to leave. I would say they not on your team. For real. They're not on your team. They're not trying to help. A lot of them don't want to be stuck in that situation with that mindset by themselves. Oh man, if you leave, I'm going to be here by myself. But they're not thinking of getting out of the situation because I guess you could say they're good at living that type of life. They're comfortable with living that type of life. As much as people hustle illegally and do it for a long period of time and they're successful, to be able to hustle legally and get some money, don't have to risk going to jail. You don't have to risk the homies dying. You don't have to risk your family getting involved or getting hurt because of something that you did. You don't have to risk competition trying to kill you, trying to rob you. You don't have to risk defending yourself, killing somebody, or robbing somebody. You don't have to risk any of the negative things that come with that if y'all put your hands together and do it legally. Like, there's probably some people out there that don't want to that don't want to live a legitimate life. But some of y'all do, but y'all feel like you legitimately feel like I can't do nothing else. That's not true. That's not true at all. Because you make the choice. You can choose to not be in that situation. We live this lifestyle because of what we've been given, where you don't have to have it, you can refuse it. You and 5, 10 other people can put some money together, man, we're gonna get jobs. And we're gonna move here and we're gonna struggle like this for a little while in order to get out of the situation that we're in, to get away from it. And a lot of them don't want to live life like that. Some people think it's corny to be square. And they're like, man, I don't want to live like that. Why would I want to live like that? I don't want to do that. And people are just addicted to the money, how the money come through. And a couple other things, a couple other elements that keep them there. I'm just saying, if you're really tired of ducking bullets and tired of the police harassing you and tired of going to jail and fake friends, because sometimes the ones on the inside is the ones that take you down. They snitching. They snitching on you. And they're the ones that's got you all fucked up. And they don't want to see it that way. And they look at each other like family, but what family, I mean, folks are trying to leave, they're trying to leave gangs and they're trying to leave that environment, and people are taking them out. People, hey man, you can't leave. It's blood in, blood out, or whatever the case, whatever they say. I don't know. Because I just recently learned that might have been slang for, it's not just a phrase anymore. Because when I was coming up, I knew nothing about gang activity. But what I do know, and I got a homeboy, matter of fact, dude was in trouble all the time. He ended up going to jail, and he before he went to jail, he was a Golden Gloves boxer at the age of like 14, 15. And so now he runs a gym, or is associated with young boxers out in Atlanta. And this guy was affiliated, like strong, like for real. Like he didn't care about what he did. And he, at one time I could see in his eyes, man, that he really was, he welcomed the bull. He did. And he didn't care. You could say he would have fought any one of us because he welcomed it. He was like, if y'all got smoke, I give y'all the business too. It don't matter to me. And I think he was thirsty for it at one point. I'd seen this man beat the brakes off a few people like it was nothing, and he was enjoying it. At the age of 16, 17. This man had hands like, he was trained though. He was a trained boxer. And he ended up, getting out of it. Man had a baby and everything. He slowed down when he had a baby. And he ended up, moving around a little bit. But there's the people, they thirsty for that. But then at the same time, they talk about it being screwed up. You always have a choice. You always have a choice. I think I'm going to do a number 2 on this. Not a number 2, but a part 2. You always have a choice, man. You guys can get out of the gangs if y'all want to. You just got to be smooth about it. You got to, hey, man, look, stack your paper up, and one day you go. Don't tell nobody. It's going to be hard for you if you got people that's talking. If you living in if you're associated with the type of gangs, is people going to try to kill you before you get a chance to get out. But I would say stack your paper first. If you do got a job, if you're in a place where motherfuckers is liable to kill you, I would say leave the city and go to a homeless shelter. It's gonna be a tough move, man, depending on the type of ties you have when you're trying to get out of a gang. You can stack up a little dough, but when you at a point where I done seen where folks is working regular jobs and dudes show up and kill them on the job. It's crazy. That's crazy. They're killing little kids and they killing family members, man. That's not cool, man. And they have nothing to do with this. Nothing to do with the choices that you made. You always have a choice. Yeah, I'm gonna probably do a part 2 on this. Part 3 also. That's the end of it for now, but I hope you guys got something out of it, man. Stay out of trouble and be smooth. You feel me? Peace.